What's up, everybody? Chris Pleasant back at you, and I'm coming back with another Backstreet Boys album review. Right now, I'm about to review the Backstreet Boys' next album. Now, this album was released in 1999. Now, internationally, this is their third, but in the U.S., it's their second. And this is my number 2 favorite Backstreet Boys album. It's called Millennium. Now, this particular Backstreet Boys album holds the record for selling the largest amount of copies in 1 week. Now this album, Millennium, went to number 1 on the Billboard 200 in a snap by selling 500,000 copies in 1 day. And then in 1 week, this album sold 1 million. That's my cat Whiskers meowing. She's, like I said in my last review, she's always standing outside my door. She's become attached to me. She's been attached to me since December 2011. Anyways, this album became another one of the most successful pop albums of the 90s, reaching, like I said, number 1 on the Billboard 200, and it was certified 13 times platinum. So this album was almost as successful as their U.S. self-titled album and Britney Spears' debut album, Baby One More Time, which was released in the same year as this album was, but just 4 months before Millennium was released. Now, to give you a basic look on this album, I'm going to do it like this right here. So, we open this up. The CD looks like this, and I really like the design of this CD. It has a really neat design. I'm not even kidding. And this album definitely rocks. And on the back, it has the songs. Sorry, I'm trying to get it. Okay, here are the songs, and as it was on their last album, their self-titled album, there are 12 songs, and after hearing this album, I just thought it would be cool to check it out. And let me tell you, this album released 4 singles. 4 singles, and I think 4 is the common number of singles released on a particular album. And this album released that number of singles. The first single was I Want It That Way, which is number 2 on this CD. And I think that's practically the song that everybody knows. And everybody knows I Want It That Way. But there are a lot of other great songs. Like there's Larger Than Life, that was the second single. That's really good. In fact, that was the first song that I ever heard and the first song I ever learned. In fact, that was the first song I ever heard and learned by the Backstreet Boys when I was 7. Because that's when I first heard about the Backstreet Boys, as I said in my last review. Now this, I really like the ballad Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely is pretty good. That became the 3rd single off of the album, even though it is quite a sad song. But I also like the 4th single, The One, which is number 8. And The One is a real upbeat party song. The reason why it's a party song is because the beat makes it a party song, but the lyrics make it a love song. So I call it a party love song, if you know what I mean. Now, The Perfect Fan is really good. In fact, The Perfect Fan is the one that closes out this CD. And it makes me think of my mom a lot, because I'm sure if I sung this song to my mom on Mother's Day, then I'm sure she'd be pretty happy about it. So, as I said in my last review, if you like the Backstreet Boys as they were back in the 90s, then you ought to purchase this CD along with their self-titled album. In fact, if you like their self-titled album, then you'll probably like this one as much. Now, my friend Courtney Moran told me that she has this album. Shout out to you, Courtney, for having this album. And I think she told me that every time that the Backstreet Boys made their music, they started progressing in their maturity. So this album shows a little bit of that kind of maturity, I think. But I think it still has a little bit of that teen pop feeling. I believe, as it was on their last album, as it was on their previous album. And if you like the Backstreet Boys and you like the 90s version of the Backstreet Boys, by their self-titled album and Millennium. Alright, this is Chris Pleasant signing off. Peace out, y'all. God bless you.